Hello everybody, I've decided to take you out on a bike ride for my probably last ever, well hopefully, update on I'm Kev and I've got HPV tonsil cancer. It's now 8 weeks after I rung the bell and finished the treatment. I'm sounding a bit groggy today because I've actually been out last night having a drink, so it's nothing to do with the throat issues. I'm feeling good. And I haven't reported anything for 8 weeks, mainly because I thought this bit would be boring, and it is boring because I'm over the treatment, everything's good, your sort of confidence and eating and pain all goes away, and you start getting back to normal, and that's where I am at the minute. I'm sort of starting to get back to normal. But I thought I'd mark today because a couple of friends of mine, somebody I don't know, but left a message on my various social medias today asking me about cancer because he's going through it right now and going through the treatment, and asking where we ended up. So it reminded me that there's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm very close to that light. I'm very positive in where I am, which is good news, but obviously you don't go around telling everybody you feel great. So this is a message to people that want to know what it's like 2 months after you finished radiotherapy, and I'm going to give you a little bit of update about that and take you on a bike ride with me. This is the first day that I've been doing exercise because I'm back to work, everything's feeling normal, I'm eating, more or less anything I want. My throat's very sensitive, I'm totally off painkillers because my throat's sensitive. You don't want to eat sugar, you don't want to eat anything too spicy, and even drinking, your body's affected massively. I'm still 6 stone lighter than I once was, which is a massive health benefit in loads of ways, but then I'm a changed man. If I go out pedalling or walking, I lose energy because I haven't got the same muscle mass as I used to have, there's things like just pacing your life, slowly rebuilding hopefully my full strength without hopefully putting too much fat on, so I'm taking that side of things seriously, when I'm working I can work more or less the same as I was, but I've just got to go to bed early, try my best to sleep. There are some side symptoms, but they're probably just old age, and that's it. And actually, as a milestone, if you are going through these treatments, and especially if you have a normal job, last Tuesday was the day when I went for a review with the consultant who was going to give me a work certificate to go back to work. But obviously being self-employed, I've not stopped working, so I haven't been capable of working full on, but I've been doing my best, as in I can't do 7 days a week really. I need a couple of days off every now and again to recover, or work half a days. But how interesting that 2 months on I could be back to work as normal, and then the rest of it is like your state of mind. Things have changed a lot. I'm still more emotional than I've ever been, but in a good way. I recognise anger in me if I get angry or lose patience with people, and I try to go back to remember that love is the most important thing, and to be kind to people, and I want people to be kind to me. And anybody that's kept up with my journey and touched base and asked me how I am, I really appreciate it. Those things do mean a lot to anybody who's in this form of recovery. The other common question that everybody wants to know, they want a quick answer. I'm going to pick my phone up. I can see I've got sunglasses. I'll take you on my bike ride now. Look at that, wrinklier than I used to be. My facial hair doesn't grow back, so I've got a bit of a weird stubble going on, and still a wrinkly neck. But I've started to get used to that, and even though I look different than I used to, I'm looking back on photos and think, God, I was massively overweight at 18 stone. So this really has done me a favour in the long term. We're off pedalling down the canal, which is, I'm at Hapton. I'll show you the boatyard. Anybody that knows this area will know exactly where I am, my home village. So where was I? What people ask you in the pub or ask you every time is, have you got the okay? Is everything okay? And that's a bit of a naive question really, because when you're in the system like I am, you begin to realise there's no such thing, because all you ever get is somebody saying, well, you seem to be responding to treatment pretty good, the cancer's dormant, or yeah, you haven't got it now, but every 3 months for the next 5 years, well, 3 months and 6 months, I'm going to be having tests, and they'll let you know how the cancer is in that situation. But of course what they're doing is, all they're really doing is telling you if you've got tonsil cancer or not. It's not like they're checking any other part of your body. You don't get a full bill of health. And what I say to people that are asking that, is everything okay? It's like, yeah, I feel okay. And from their point of view, what's your bill of health? When did you last get tested to see if you've got cancer? So this thing of being tested, do you know what? It doesn't really matter. You just realise that if I feel okay, you're living life every day, and that's all that matters. Who knows how long we've got on the planet, and if you live your life thinking you've got a long time, you start planning for the future, like, oh, what am I going to do when I'm 86? And actually that's a really shit way to go around living your life, because you don't do the things that you could do today. So if cancer, or having cancer, has taught me anything, it's to live for today, and not in a crazy way, just appreciate everything that you've got right now, and if you're in good health and you feel good, make the most of it. Then the other thing is that the couple of people that have asked me, they're further behind me on their journey, one just starting out and one towards the end of treatment, is it didn't get any easier when the treatment finished. The couple of weeks after the treatment were the worst time of all for me. So the treatment finishes, you ring your bell, and then you just get iller and iller. And the reality is, the consultant tells me, is this radiology is working on my body at least for another 3 months. So my body is still fighting a really serious virus, trying to get rid of the cancer, my body is, and obviously it's trying to get rid of the radiology, the poison that's in your body. So even though you're doing your own work and you think you're just being normal, but your body meanwhile is fighting these viruses, so you do get more tired than normal, even though you don't think you've done it. You haven't done anything in the day to deserve the lack of energy you've got, but the reality is your body's doing all the work. What other key things are? Eating. After a couple of weeks I did start to eat. I haven't put any weight on. That's not necessarily bad, but if I wanted to put weight on, I could just eat high protein stuff, a lot of fat, start eating sugary things. But do you know what? I'm nearly 14 stone now, so I'm no lightweight. So my mission's not going to be put any weight on. I'm just going to try and put muscle on, which obviously will be weight. And I just need to build muscle and change some of my fat into muscle. So I'm not trying to get back to being 16 stone. I don't like that look anymore. And I've realised that if I look in the mirror, I'm a skinny new me, and a wrinklier person. But overall, I know that it's healthy. So I'm not going back to being a bigger chap. Don't want that. Right, I think that's the end of this. Thanks everybody for sticking with me through the journey. Maybe this will be the last time I ever do it, as I say. I'm just going past somebody. Oh, no, sir. Thank you. Yeah, getting out and exercise, how good is it? So what I was coming to at the end of this chat is thanks everybody for supporting me with nearly crashed. Supporting me with the journey. I've appreciated absolutely everybody's continued support. It is way more emotional than I thought it would ever be, and even though I feel like I'm back to normal, I'm not the same person I once was. I'm filming at a hospice on Monday. I'm doing more stuff for charity, but the biggest thing of all is I want to just stay positive and let and help anybody that does want a conversation, a chat. If you want to know about cancer and how I dealt with it, and if it's slightly useful to you, even inspirational to the odd person, then brilliant, because I have come through it really well. I know I'm unusual. The consultants and the doctors and nurses tell me that I've done really well, and I can see it in their eyes that they're surprised that I'm up and around and fit and working and doing what I'm doing. But it is all, well, it's not all positive mental thinking, but it's a massive part of it. Your biology's got to be on your side as well, but honestly, if you give up to it, you have different outcomes. And yeah, stay positive. Appreciate the good things in life. Get a bit of love in your life, and tell all the ones that are around you how much you do care for them and love them. That's my big tips. And then get out on your bike. And well, if anybody's got to the end of this, the very last time I was on this canal doing this on this bike, I was filming Jordan North, Burnley's very famous Radio 1 or ex-Radio 1 DJ. Yeah, how interesting to be back here. Beautiful. Right, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the bike ride. If you do have any questions, feel free to ask. Bye.